Here we go then for one last time in 2022. Welcome to the final round of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Now the championship might be decided, but three drivers go into this race with a chance of finishing as runner-up to Max Verstappen this year. His teammate Sergio Perez and Red Bull have never had a 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship. Charles Leclerc, who's currently second in the championship for Ferrari, and George Russell, who needs Leclerc and Perez both to falter whilst he wins with the fastest lap. We'll see what happens then. We've got 58 laps to come around this 3.28 mile circuit. We're right by the sea here. We've got 16 corners, 6 to the left and 10 to the right, and well, there's always a chance of an overtake down into the hairpin at turn 5, and this was the overtake that decided the World Championship here last year. Max Verstappen late on the brakes and snatching the championship trophy out of Lewis Hamilton's grasp. Hamilton had been under a lot of pressure from Sergio Perez earlier in the race. This overtake proved crucial. Perez holding up Hamilton and reducing the advantage that Hamilton had, by about 10 seconds during the middle part of the race. Hamilton and Verstappen then going wheel to wheel into turn 9, the parabolica, and coming out of it, Verstappen could start to think about that first World Championship trophy. He's gone on to win another one since, and this year by a very comfortable margin. Now we've got 3 tyre compounds. C5 is the soft and it doesn't last very long. C4 the medium. C3 the hard. The team's hoping that degradation isn't too high and they can maybe get away with a one-stop race, but if it is, it's definitely a two-stopper, and those mediums might just come in rather handy. Here's then the grid for the final race in 2022. Williams for the third time in 6 races, the slowest 2 cars. Latifi on his final race for Williams starts last, Alex Albon alongside. It's a 200th Grand Prix start for Valtteri Bottas alongside Pierre Gasly. Ahead of these two, Kevin Magnussen, pole sitter in Sao Paulo, knocked out in Q1 this weekend, and Zhou Guanyu, the one rookie on the grid, starts 15th. Lance Stroll 14th, his worst Abu Dhabi start since 2018. Daniel Ricciardo gets a 3-place grid penalty for his crash in Sao Paulo with Kevin Magnussen. Mick Schumacher is 12th and Yuki Tsunoda will start 11th. He finished 4th here last year. Fernando Alonso says he's going to look after Sebastian Vettel at the start. Alonso 10th. Vettel in his last race starts 9th with Esteban Ocon ahead of him. And Lando Norris 7th in the championship and 6 7th places this season is 7th on the grid. It's George Russell and Lewis Hamilton, an all third row Mercedes. It's an all second row Ferrari. Carlos Sainz 4th and Charles Leclerc starts 3rd. And then it's Sergio Perez, 2nd, his 5th front row start of the season, and Max Verstappen, his 7th pole of the season as he attempts to win at this circuit for the 3rd year in succession. Watching on as his son makes one final start on the grid. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, it's lights out and away we go, and I think Sergio Perez got a slightly better getaway. He's coming at Max Verstappen now. Charles Leclerc goes down the inside on Sergio Perez. Perez has to slam the door shut. Sainz just squeezes Hamilton, who goes over the rumble strip and launches into the air.
Did he do any damage to the underneath of the car? So Lewis is having a look at the inside of one Ferrari and then is joined. A little love tap there as it went past, but the door was open and he drove the Ferrari through it.
Okay, Lewis, we've been asked to give the position back to Sainz.
And there it goes. Carlos Sainz then ahead of Lewis Hamilton, back up into 4th place. With an extra 15 kilometres an hour advantage, Hamilton is getting closer and closer, and they're going wheel to wheel into that chicane. And now Hamilton has got a car length ahead of Carlos Sainz, and a lap later, he is back ahead of the Ferrari, and this time he shouldn't be told to give it back. Once again, Carlos Sainz has that DRS, that 15 kilometre an hour top speed advantage.
As they approach to turn 9, and he can sweep from the outside in and takes the place back again.
And Sebastian Vettel into that same corner. Ocon is trying to come back at Vettel, as you can see, and says thank you very much. Russell picking up a slipstream and with DRS2, pulls out from the rear of his teammates Mercedes. George Russell powers his way past and up into 5th place. This is what happened with George Russell. I said he was stationary for 5.2 seconds. Ooh, they worked on the rear.
There you go, there's the overtake for you.
Yes, he's got 2 into
And
1.
he needed to do that because it was ruining his strategy after his stop.
George, we have a 5-second penalty for unsafe release.
Alonso pitting and
Second pit stop.
retiring.
Have to retire the car.
Oh dear. Meanwhile, here comes Sebastian Vettel. Haven't said that for a while. And there he goes. Into the corner, the heads of Pierre Gasly.
Lovely.
We've had a tangle. Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. We can actually have a look at what happened down at the hairpin. Mick Schumacher thought he saw a gap there and just tags the rear of Latifi's Williams. Guan Yu weaving a bit on the straight. Vettel's got that one covered though, and he's definitely got the pace to get past the Alfa Romeo. There you see the Perez pace that he's got, and he does get level with Lewis Hamilton. Little lock-up though, a little bit of a slipstream as well to try and get that place back. Perez thought he got the overtake done, but that one lock-up, Martin, seems to accost him, and Hamilton manages to keep hold of that third place. Down the inside goes Sergio Perez, and we can see he's actually got a car length ahead. This is the green of Lance Stroll, catching Sebastian Vettel. Now, you hold your breath a little bit when these two get together, but that was Vettel making way for his teammate to get past.
I've lost shifts. Shifts aren't working properly.
Copy. Okay, may have a hydraulic problem, so may go passive. Just be cautious.
And it did go passive. As you can see, Carlos Sainz goes ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who was absolutely powerless to try and defend, and he's still stuck in 7th gear at the moment and trying to find a remedy. But this is a hydraulic issue. His 15th victory in his 2nd championship winning season, Max Verstappen wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. 15 wins in a season. That is the new benchmark.
What an amazing season we've had. Unbelievable.
Very, very good job, Max. Well done.
Charles Leclerc comes home to take 2nd place ahead of Sergio Perez. Ferrari get that runners-up spot. What did he say? Remember these times, they might not last forever. Sebastian, thank you. The memories definitely will.
And now it's us who has to remember these days.
Thanks, Seb. You've been a true champion for Red Bull, for Formula One, and for yourself too. That's it. Formula One is over in 2022. Enjoy your winter. You've got 105 days to go until we race in Bahrain and we start all over again.
An incredible season for the whole team, for myself, and something, of course, I will never forget. I mean, to have these kind of a season, I don't think it will come along very often, but I'm definitely enjoying the moment.
I had Vettel coming probably the last 10 laps. I think he was in my DRS most laps, and I knew I just had to keep it mistake free if I wanted any chance of staying in front. So yeah, I mean, as much as he's a friend, I was happy to hold him off in his last race.
Very, very special weekend. I feel very privileged that I had the opportunity to sort of celebrate the goodbye that way, and yeah, thanks to all the other drivers and for all the support here on the track, but also you know, the entire year.
To the race, yeah, we didn't quite have the pace. I mean, the one lap pace was there yesterday, but we knew it was going to be tough today to stay in the position. We were hoping for a bit more, but you know, at the end we kept the Constructors' Championship, so that's all good.
We struggled at the start, just losing touch of the pack, and then obviously the incident with Mick, which then really put us out, and we had some kind of electrical problem at the end.